how do you understand, or what is your understanding of bias? Implicit bias is something that's developed before you are 6 years old, from the time of birth to age 6. We don't really have filters in place. So every word, every visual piece of stimulation, and every piece of emotional vibration is absorbed equally.
Wow.
Without having a filter through which you can run all this information. Then you add in what your own individual personality is, and that's your interpretation of all that information that you have received. So every time somebody says, oh, you are this or you are that, you're taking that in, and that starts to become your vision of who you are.
Wow.
Whether it's really true or not, what you're actually internalizing is their vision of who you are. And all of that is in place by the time you're 6 years old. It's only when you get to be about 7 that your filters start to develop, and you begin to be able to start asking questions of, really, well, is that true, or why?
Yes.
And we are at that young age, we don't really know enough to be able to say when we feel that something's wrong with that thought we have that we now equate as being truth about ourselves.
Yes.
We aren't yet old enough and experienced enough to be equipped as we go out into the world and interact with more people to really be able to address it. So since we know that emotional and psychological discomfort has an actual physical memory, all of that discomfort builds over the years.
Yes. Yes.
And it's usually only when you get to be 20 or 30 years old that you're in so much discomfort,
yes,
that you start to seek help.
Wow. Wow.
And that's where going to a therapist or even going to a coach,
Yes.
it becomes a remedy for that physical discomfort that is telling you there's an even deeper thing you need to look at.
Yes. Yes. Wow.
It's when it comes into play.
Wow. No, that's amazing, and it's there. It resonates through with me here because I'm sitting here with a 7-year-old girl, my daughter, and just before this call, we were having a conversation about the Amazon delivery driver, and it is true. There are what you've just said. There are these filters, and her ability to process that information. When the driver said one day, and now it's changed to another day. Whereas, like this time last year, she wouldn't have been able to process that filter quite so accurately. So it's absolutely spot on what you've just said. So thank you very, very much for sharing that with us, Prudence.